Welcome. I'm Jeff Olson, the Public Safety Director for the City of Cedar Falls. I want to take a few minutes to share with you today the great things that are helping to improve our public safety response. We will touch on fire response, fire staffing, and fire training. So let's talk about fire response. Our fire chief, a firefighter in Cedar Falls for over 30 years, will tell you that before the public safety model, we averaged 7 to 8 firefighters per fire call. This was the case for over 30 years. Since the implementation of the public safety model, we're averaging 15 firefighters. This number was calculated at the request of ISO, the Insurance Service Office, from the information the city's payroll department provided. Traditionally, we had 7 to 8 firefighters respond to each fire call. If we have a fire call today, we may have 7 firefighters responding to the call with their fire trucks. We may have 6 public safety officers responding in their police cars with their fire gear in their car. We now have 13 firefighters responding to this call. We also have the fire chief and the assistant director or police chief respond from work or from their homes with their emergency vehicles. They respond 24/7 with their emergency vehicle and are quick to arrive. I do the same, but I don't count myself in these numbers. This increases the immediate responders to 15 firefighters. If this fire occurs during the day, Monday through Friday, we'll have 6 more firefighters at the scene within minutes for a total of 21 firefighters. This is a number we have not experienced in the history of the city. Remember, we still have firefighters working each of the 2 fire stations responding to the calls. If an emergency scene is going to take a significant period of time, or we need more staff at a scene than we have currently at the scene, we do what we call a callback. All public safety staff receives a page on a phone app asking them to come back to work to help. We assign them to staff another fire truck so they can respond to other fire calls if we would happen to have one. We replenish the police shift if our police officers are busy at the scene, or we can send more firefighters to the scene if needed. This is a great model that has increased the number of firefighters at the fire scene and the number of police officers on the police shifts. There are over 130 cities in the United States that use this model. We recently hired a part-time firefighter who is a firefighter and paramedic from Detroit. When she was hired, she asked, "Why all the hubbub about the public safety model? They're all over in Michigan." You know, change can be difficult for people. You might be surprised also to hear that the Cedar Rapids Airport police officers are also cross-trained and also serve as the airport's firefighters. A few years ago, the Teamsters Union approached the city to form a public safety officer position and later adopted that job classification. For this reason, the public safety officer position is in the police Teamsters contract. Fire calls have declined 60% in the last 40 years. Cedar Falls has a low number of structure fires, averaging 6 to 8 serious structure fires per year. Our fire stations are at the same locations. We have the same response times as we have had for the last 10 years. In fact, the public safety officers frequently arrive before the fire trucks as they are out on patrol. Those public safety officers can locate the hydrant, identify if there is a fire and how large the fire is, evacuate the building, and identify other exposures and dress in their fire gear to be ready when the fire trucks arrive. All this can be relayed to the fire trucks by radio so that they can shorten the time it takes them to hook up to the hydrant and get a water line ready. I want to show you a 2-minute video of a smaller 2nd-story balcony fire at a multi-building apartment complex that occurred several months ago. You'll see the first arriving public safety officer radiating information to the fire trucks. You will see the public safety officers put out the fire with a compressed air foam system located in some of the squad cars. The officers don't dress in their fire gear as they extinguish the fire before the fire trucks arrive. The compressed air foam unit is a tool we added to 3 squads a few years ago. As you will see, it is a valuable tool for getting an early start in fire suppression.
Units around the Gold Falls Villa. Reporting party was very unclear what was actually going on. They said there was a small fire outside a balcony and the occupants were not home.
5? Same 3, I'm 10.3. It looks like it's starting the porch on fire.
Silver. 5-0-1, I'm off en route.
I know this is the first arriving officer here, and you'll see other squad cars arriving right behind him.
Hi, Sam 3, is that on the first floor or second floor? Second floor.
5 Sam 3, I'm switching to fire tac.
Now he's going to contact the fire supervisor and let him know what he's got. 2 of these police cars that have arrived have that compressed air foam system in the back.
Van Horn, get your gear on. Oh wait, you're not going. Okay, that's fine. 5. Carmen to 500 on fire tac.
Go ahead, Carmen.
It's a small fire on the second story porch. They're applying the cap system on it now. I do have a hydrant right at the corner of the building. This will be the first building to your right when you enter the complex.
Copy, thank you.
Now you'll see one cap system here, and if you look to your right, you'll see another cap system in a second. You can't see the fire. What you're seeing here is the body cam videos of some of the police officers.
What's up? You're going to move 17 when he's out, so we can get him out of the way. Okay.
And what they're going to do now is they know the fire trucks are arriving soon, so they want to get their squad cars out of the way so the fire trucks are front and center of that fire. Let's move into the training that our firefighters receive. Each firefighter has to attend a fire class that typically lasts 5 weeks. They have to complete all the skills in a 48-page skills manual that we put together. They're required to pass the State Firefighter 1 written exam and the Hazmat written exam. They're also required to pass a skills test put on by the state, which covers several of the skills needed to be a firefighter. We also provide monthly training, weekly training, online training through a fire service, and complete 20 skills on a monthly basis. These are the same skills each month, which might vary slightly but are repetitive so they don't lose the skill. In 2018, we completed over 11,000 hours of fire training. Our recent fire training has included live fire training of flood buyout houses, live fire training at the Northeast Iowa Regional Fire Training Center, a live fire semi-trailer propane transport simulator, and a live fire portable home fire simulator by the Iowa State Fire Training Bureau. As you can see, we have a significant amount of training that occurs frequently, which we think is very important. The city recently received an ISO evaluation in which the city received a 3 rating. That rating puts Cedar Falls in the top 3.5% of fire departments in the state. The ISO evaluation showed an average of 15 firefighters working around the clock 24/7, 365. This is a testament of the hard work and dedication of the entire public safety staff. This is a team effort, and your public safety team is devoted to providing the best service possible. This change has been difficult for some, but we have to change and adapt to our environment and challenges in order to respond better to our scenes and remain efficient. I hope you find this information informative and ask that you go to the city's public safety website for more great videos on what is occurring in your public safety department, or call us at the Public Safety Building on South Main. Thanks for watching.